Good morning, precious soul. Right now, as you're listening to these words, I want you to know something profound. You are not alone in whatever you're carrying today. Whether you woke up with anxiety pressing against your chest, or you're facing a day that feels too heavy to bear, or maybe you're simply seeking that quiet connection with the divine before the world demands your attention. This moment, right here, is sacred. Welcome to our channel, where we gather each morning not as strangers, but as families seeking the heart of God together. If you're new here, I'm so grateful you found us. We're building something beautiful, a community where hearts meet in authentic prayer and genuine encouragement. Please consider subscribing, because when you do, you're not just clicking a button. You're joining a family that believes in the power of starting each day anchored in truth. This morning, I want to walk with you through one of the most honest prayers ever written. King David, in Psalm 86, shows us what it looks like to approach God with radical honesty, not with pretty words or pretense, but with the raw reality of human need meeting divine love. David begins with words that might surprise you. Incline your ear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Here's what moves me so deeply about this. David doesn't start with a list of his accomplishments or try to impress God with his resume. He starts with truth. Complete, vulnerable truth. Friend, in a culture that screams at us to be self-sufficient, to have it all together, to never let them see you sweat, David shows us a different way. He shows us that strength actually begins when we stop pretending we don't need help. When we stop performing and start being real. Maybe you woke up this morning feeling like you need to have all the answers. Maybe you're carrying burdens that feel too personal to share with anyone. David is whispering to you across thousands of years, it's okay to be needy before God. It's okay to come empty-handed. It's okay to not be okay. But notice something beautiful happens next. David doesn't stay in his neediness. He declares his identity. Preserve my soul, for I am godly. Save your servant who trusts in you. This isn't arrogance. This is remembering who you are in the midst of what you're going through. When David calls himself godly, he's using a Hebrew word that speaks of covenant relationship. He's saying, God, I belong to you. I'm not perfect, but I'm yours. And beloved, if you've placed your trust in Jesus, that same truth echoes over your life today. You are His. In your weakness, in your struggle, in your questions, you are still His. There's something profoundly comforting about belonging, isn't there? When you remember that you're not just floating through life hoping God notices you, but that you're actually His child, His beloved, someone He's committed to. It changes how you face the day ahead. David continues with these tender words. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for to you I cry all day long. Gladden the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. Can I pause here and speak to your heart? Maybe you've been praying about something for so long that you're starting to wonder if God is listening. Maybe you've lifted the same request, the same burden, the same broken dream to Him so many times that you feel like you're bothering Him. David shows us something beautiful here. He's not embarrassed about crying out to God all day long. He's not apologetic about his persistent prayers. Instead, he keeps lifting his soul to the one who never grows weary of hearing His voice. Your prayers, dear one, are not bothering God. Your repeated requests are not evidence of weak faith. They're evidence of a heart that knows where to turn. Keep lifting your soul to Him. Keep coming back to the well of His presence, even when, especially when, the answers seem delayed. And then David does something that transforms everything. He stops focusing on his problems and starts focusing on God's character. For you, O Lord, are good and forgiving, abounding in steadfast love to all who call upon you. When life feels chaotic, when circumstances seem overwhelming, when people disappoint us and dreams crumble, we anchor ourselves not in what's happening around us, but in who God is within us and for us. God is good. Not sometimes good when life goes well. Not partially good when we deserve it. He is completely, perfectly, unchangingly good. His goodness isn't dependent on our circumstances. It's the foundation beneath our circumstances. He is forgiving. Whatever shame you're carrying from yesterday, whatever regret is whispering lies about your worth, God's heart toward you is forgiveness. Not reluctant forgiveness, not conditional forgiveness, but abundant, eager, complete forgiveness. And He abounds in steadfast love. The Hebrew word here is cheesed. It's covenant love, loyal love, love that doesn't quit when you mess up or when you're having a hard time believing it. This is the love that goes before you into every conversation today, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty. David then declares with breathtaking confidence, "Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer. Listen to my plea for grace. In the day of my trouble, I call upon you, for you answer me." Notice that David doesn't hope God hears. He knows God hears. He doesn't wonder if his prayers matter. He's certain they do. This morning, I want you to pray with that same bold assurance. Your words don't fall into empty space. They fall into the ears of a God who is leaning in, listening intently, responding with perfect love. The psalm reaches a crescendo of worship as David declares, "There is none like you among the gods, O Lord, nor are there any works like yours. All the nations you have made shall come and worship before you, O Lord, and shall glorify your name. For you are great and do wondrous things. You alone are God." In our world of endless options and competing voices, David's words ring with startling clarity. There is no one like our God. No philosophy, no ideology, no person, no achievement can do what He does in the human heart. He alone is God over your anxiety. He alone is God over your relationships. He alone is God over your future. But here's where David's prayer becomes deeply practical and personal. "Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name." Notice what David asks for. Not for his problems to disappear, but for wisdom to navigate them. Not for an easy path, but for God's path. Not for circumstances to change, but for his heart to be changed. And that phrase, "unite my heart," oh, how this speaks to the deepest struggle of the human soul. We are torn people, aren't we? Part of us wants to trust God completely, and part of us wants to maintain control. Part of us longs for His will, and part of us clings to our own plans. David is praying, "God, make my heart whole. Make me single-minded in my devotion to you. Help me stop living with divided loyalties." This morning, make this your prayer too. Ask God to unite your heart around what matters most: His love, His truth, His kingdom. As David continues, gratitude begins to transform his perspective. "I give thanks to you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart, and I will glorify your name forever. For great is your steadfast love toward me. You have delivered my soul from the depths of Sheol." Gratitude is not denial of present struggles. It's the recognition of past faithfulness that gives us hope for present provision. Take a moment right now and remember. Remember how God has shown up in your story. Remember the prayers He's answered, the doors He's opened, the comfort He's provided, the strength He's given you when you had none of your own. Your past is not a collection of random experiences. It's a testimony of God's steadfast love toward you. And the same God who carried you then is carrying you now. David doesn't pretend everything is perfect, though. He honestly acknowledges his current struggles. "O God, insolent men have risen up against me. A band of ruthless men seek my life, and they do not set you before them." Maybe you're not facing physical enemies, but you're facing opposition. Maybe it's people who misunderstand your heart, or circumstances that feel overwhelming, or internal battles with fear and doubt. David shows us that it's okay to name these struggles before God. It's okay to be specific about what's hard. But watch how David responds to his troubles. He doesn't focus on the power of his enemies. He focuses on the character of his God. But you, O Lord, are a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. When you are tempted to measure your problems, measure them against the immeasurable love of God. When you're tempted to focus on what's against you, remember who is for you. The God who goes with you today is merciful when you fail, gracious when you don't deserve it, patient when you're slow to learn, and absolutely faithful in every promise he's made. The psalm concludes with David's final requests, and I want you to make them your own. Turn to me and be gracious to me. Give your strength to your servant, and save the son of your maidservant. Show me a sign of your favor, that those who hate me may see and be put to shame, because you, Lord, have helped me and comforted me. Go into this day, asking for God's grace, not just for salvation, but for every conversation, every decision, every challenge. Ask for his strength to flow through your weakness. Ask for visible signs of his favor, not so you can boast, but so his goodness can be seen through your life. Beloved, you are not walking into this day alone. You are not facing your challenges in your own strength. The God who heard David's prayer thousands of years ago is the same God who hears your heart this very moment. He is merciful, gracious, slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. He is for you, with you, and working all things together for your good. If this time of prayer has stirred something in your heart, would you let me know in the comments? Your story matters, and this community is here to pray with you and encourage you. And if you found hope in these words, please share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Sometimes God uses our willingness to share to reach a heart that desperately needs this reminder. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're here every morning, ready to start the day together in prayer and truth. Until tomorrow, may you walk in the unshakable confidence of being deeply loved by the God who never stops working on your behalf. Go in peace, precious one. You are held